What's up, y'all? It's your girl Raven with the real and the raw. Yes, sir, it's me. And I'm back with episode 2. Listen, this one is so crucial. I'm like, I wasn't even dropping the episode just yet, but I had to because they drove me to that point. You hear me? Listen, um, this topic is going to be about listen to your kids. When your kids come home and they complaining about something happening at school, don't just brush that shit off. Don't brush it off. Because listen, sometimes it's the truth. Sometimes our children are right. And we gotta go to bat for that. You hear me? So listen, this is the topic I'm talking about. Just listening to your kids, like defending them, stand up for them, question what's going on. Um, for instance, today I'm gonna just run it down with y'all. Today, listen. Well, yesterday, let me say yesterday. Yesterday he started. I got a phone call from the school, and they said that my child was in the office because the principal had threw her chips away for lunch. And I'm like, what? No way. Like, huh? That doesn't make sense. Like, she been bringing chips her lunch the whole school year. Why would she just, throw her chips away now? So I go to the school, question that. I'm talking to the clerk. The clerk don't even know why they sent my child to the office for one. Then they told her call me, but nobody can tell me why I was called. I called my little girl because they didn't let me in the school at all. And listen, I'm not an irate parent. When my kids wrong, they wrong. You hear me? And I correct that and fix that. I do not go to school ready to beat up the teachers, beat up the principal. I'm not that type of parent because I'm not helping my children if I was like that. You feel me? So y'all listen, it's so crazy because the clerk come outside, she telling me, Genevia, my little girl right there, she telling me whoop de whoop what happened. Okay, cool. Man, it just didn't make sense. So I'm like, okay, I can check out if y'all need me to check out. No, I'm gonna work with her. She good. Don't worry about her. Okay, cool. I leave campus like 20 minutes later. I call for the principal, and they didn't even let me talk to the principal. She in a meeting. That's what they said. Fine and dandy. We're gonna leave a message. Cool. All right, y'all left. I left my message. The next day, this morning, I ain't get no call, no nothing. I gave them till like 10 o'clock to call me. Nobody called me. Y'all, I called again. They had me on hold for about 15 minutes. They come back, they said she in a meeting. Babe, call back about one something. She in a meeting. Okay, cool. Y'all don't want to let me talk to her. So evidently something went down where it shouldn't have went down because I feel like, you know, y'all didn't call me all year for petty stuff. This right here, why you running from me? Like, come on now. Okay, so I'm like, called this afternoon about 4 o'clock. And the lady said she in a meeting. Again, third time. Say, look, this is what we're gonna do. You deliver this message for me. Since she don't want to speak to me, that's fine. When I hang up the phone, I'm gonna contact the news station. I'm gonna let them know what happened. And then once the news station called them and questioned them on it, that's it. We gonna go from there. Hang up the phone, y'all. Hung up the phone, you hear me? When I hung up the phone, 2 minutes later, the school called my phone. Babe, I kid you not. Call me back. I'm like, man, what? Thought it wasn't me. I'm like, hello. Hey, Miss Porter. Yeah, it's me. What's up? How can I help you? This is Miss Thompson. Blah, 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 And I'm like, well, I didn't call for you. I called for the other principal because the other principal was the one that did it. Yeah, I understand. But, she's not available. She's in a meeting. Cool. We're running it down. So she said, the only reason why she said, yeah, but I hear somebody in the back mumbling. I'm like, who mumbling? I said, that was the principal I was looking for. Yeah, that's her. Ooh. Okay, so she's not in a meeting. So she just didn't want to talk, like basically. I don't know why. So she said, lunch was over. My little girl was still eating her chips. And she made a statement. She was like, she didn't even have a lunch bag. So we was making her throw it away anyway. I said, she did have a lunch bag. No, she didn't. That's what the principal said. I said, yes, she did. She said, how you know? I said, because I was to school. Oh, you was to school? She didn't even know I came. But when I went and I asked them, they said she was in a meeting, right? So I'm like, yeah, she had, when I came, her bag was across her shoulder. Oh, I didn't know. Okay, whatever. Cool. Um, I'm like, so you saying she kept eating the food when y'all asked her to stop? She kept eating her chips, walking slow to the line. I can correct it. Yeah, we don't play that. They tell you to do something, do it. But the fact that you threw away her food, I'm not okay with that because that wasn't the school that provided that food. And honestly, y'all, I'm not a mother that get food stamps. I don't get them benefits. I don't qualify for that, which I should. I feel like I should. Because listen, we pulling pennies and stuff. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I feel like I should, but I don't qualify for that, and that's fine. But like I was like, listen, I don't qualify for SNAP benefits, and you can call who you gotta call to check and confirm that. That right now, I bought that with my cash money. So what you threw away was my hard earned money. And then they have people out there that's homeless. So what you did today, you threw some food away, and then it wasn't y'all food. It was something that I paid for. It. I worked for it. You feel me? I understand that, but she wasn't listening. She was still eating. Listen, man, that's irrelevant. You threw away some food. And then you snatched it out my child's hand and threw it in her face so everybody could have seen. Now, y'all write my baby up for the simplest things. And I don't defend my children. When they write them up, I understand. Yep, they're wrong. They got consequences behind it. My baby didn't get a write-up yesterday, but yeah, if you look at her records, y'all wrote up for this, that, the third. But you say you had to call this one, you had to call that one to come get out the, and she ain't got a write-up. It's not making sense to me, right? Okay, cool, y'all. Listen, it gets good. So my little boy come home today and he like, Mom, principal went off on me today. She made me go to her office when I got off the bus and put me in the office. She just blew on me like she was blowing on me like hollering at me in her office. I'm like, what you did? I ain't do nothing. Mom, I ain't do nothing. So when I asked them about that while being on the phone, they told me that my child, the bus driver, had a problem with my child and he was cursing and this and that on the bus. Mind you, I'm so involved with my kids. When they come to school, like, call me. I'm there. So bus driver, bus attendant, they have my contact number. They call me if my children do anything. I said, so he did that on the bus, she said? She said, yeah. I said, okay, well, no. Let me contact the attendant, the bus attendant, because if she have a problem, she call me. Oh, that's fine. That's great. Okay, cool. Y'all, I call a bus attendant when we hung up the phone. And I told her, I said, Jamie, my baby was cutting up on the bus today. And she was like, no. She said, no. I said, well, that's what the principal said. That's why she brought him in office this morning, so he wouldn't cut up in class so he can stop cutting. And he was, cursing. She said, no, ma'am. She said, it lied. Your baby did not do none of that. She said, your baby haven't been cutting up on my bus at all. She said, I don't have no problems with him. I said this to say that, listen, listen, when it comes to your babies, defend it. You ain't got to get all whoop rowdy and you feel me. You ain't like I told the principals. I said, listen, at this point, I'm scared for my babies because you see, it was a conflict. It was something that had went down with my first grader. He went to school and look, they left him. if I run that story down to y'all gonna be like, man, what? I let that I addressed it. But the way my child came home one day, no, that shouldn't even happen. Child stayed like that for like from 1 something to almost 4 o'clock, and my child came home like that. I get a phone call. So I feel like when I addressed that first, and I had to go to the school board because every time I was calling the school about how my child came home, they said they was in a meeting. So when I stepped on their toes and went to the school board, I went to their boss. Oh, it was a problem. Now my children get charged for everything. You hear me? Listen, defend your children. Defend your children. Now, I'm not talking about you ain't got a grant, you ain't got a ghetto, you ain't got to do none of that. You just got to call them and let them know what you gonna do. Once you say what you gonna do, they go by now. They gonna call you. They gonna see what's going on. But don't let up. Like when your children come home and say, "Mom, so and so did this and this," here, they believe that, correct it. See, I'm that type of parent. I think that's what's bothering them so much because there's not many active parents in this world where when your child come home, whether they're right or wrong, you still need to hear their side of the story. Like I tell the principals all the time, it's two sides to every story. And them kids is not always wrong. You hear me? They are not always wrong. It's two sides to every story. Yes, they have some kids that's irate all in. And listen, my child, her biggest problem is she feel like she always got the last word. And they know how to tick her off. So I feel like what happened yesterday, that's what they wanted. They tried to give her like, yeah, let me take this from her, so because I know she will click, and then we can just keep her. We gonna send her home for the rest of the year. But she didn't do that. My child been working so hard, and I'm so proud of her because she didn't do that. She didn't react to how they wanted her to react, and I think that's what shocked them. That's what shocked them. But listen, I didn't went through so many times this year, and yeah, it's not good, yeah, but it just be for petty stuff like she talking and this and that petty stuff. When I feel like these children can be more advanced if y'all would just focus on the curriculum. If she talking because she finishing her work fast, that means y'all ain't giving her enough work to do. Put on another task. Put on another task. That's all you gotta do. Like the teachers that we have today are not the same. They are not the same. And guess what? I feel so bad because I feel like I gave the teachers such a hard time when I was in school. And I probably was a problem. That's why they retired early on. But I mean, listen, I understand, like, listen, there are some good teachers out there. And to the good teachers, I appreciate y'all and happy Teacher Appreciation Week to the good teachers that really got a heart. They got a few of them. You hear me? And I just, my cousin, Nakia, shout out, baby. Shout out. Listen, she be putting her foot down. When I first met her, she put her foot down, and that's what it was. And she got me right. Yeah, I'm like, I had to, but you gotta. Some people you gotta be aggressive like that. But like I said, I'm not disrespectful. I'm not irate. Like I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna abide because my baby's in your hands. When I send my babies off to school, I'm sending them like I want you to care for my babies how I care for my babies. And the thing is, today when I asked the principal that question, I said, "So when I'm sending my children off to you, I expect you to feel like my baby's for you. Like that's your school. You the mama of the school." That lady told me, or don't put my kids in there. I didn't put your kids in there. I'm saying how I want you to, like, how you should feel. She never answered me. She never once said she feel like that. That's a problem. That's a problem. Um, Shout out to the school period. I mean, as far as the teachers, they got some awesome teachers over there. I ain't gonna lie. I love their teachers. Administration, it needs some help. It needs some help. I'm saying this to say that, man, y'all listen to y'all babies. Y'all babies they don't be wrong all the time. I promise you. It take nothing but a quick second to pick up your phone and call. And like I say, they be expecting for you to go over them. Because I had a meeting with them one time. My baby was being bullied and she was trying to de-escalate herself from out the situation. Like she was moving and she had just went to the school, y'all. My baby was being bullied and she kept de-escalating and moving. They on the playground, she moving by herself. Like she just keep going. So they following her. Until the little boy actually hit her. He hit her. He pulled her by her hair and she fought him. And my baby got suspended. And they say they watched the cameras. The only reason why she got suspended because she didn't want to let go. But when you being bullied for so long, it's so much anger built up. So my baby got suspended for that because she defended herself. And as many a time she went to the teacher and she told the teacher and nothing was done until it got that far. It escalated. You feel me? And when I went to the office the next day with her for her to enter back into school, and they had called a cop like I was just this awful parent. And I felt some type, because this is people I would follow. Like, I'm not that type of parent. You ain't gotta call no cop. They call a cop. When I hit campus and I was at the door there, I can hear them on the intercom. Like, they didn't want to let me in until I got there, until the cop came. And I ain't never ever gave these people any type of reaction to even like think of me like that. Because when y'all call me, I blew on my children. Like, yeah. But then I feel bad because probably half of the time my children was right and I didn't defend them. And you'd be like, man, like at this point, I feel like I probably failed them as a mother sometimes because they tried to tell me and reach out to me. And I just felt like they was wrong. But today played a big part. Today showed me. Y'all sat there and lied and said that my child had did cursed on the bus, and he said, Mama, she was yelling at me. When I called him on the phone while I was on the phone with them, they couldn't even answer, like they probably had forgot who Charlie was. They couldn't even answer. And I'm like, are y'all still here? And they say, yeah, we still here. Y'all got something to say about that? Mm-mm. Well, we have to correct the children. So when I hang up and I call the assistant on the bus, she said, they lied. That didn't happen. That is crazy to me, y'all. This is so crazy because you're sending your kids somewhere to think that they're safe. And like I told her, I said, at this point, I'm scared. Like, what do I do? You want me to keep my babies home? Like, what do I do? Because we're not abusing them. I know y'all ain't abusing them because they will come home and tell me y'all hit them or something. But listen, y'all might not be abusing these kids physically, but y'all abusing them mentally. They're being abused mentally, and this elementary. And I understand these teachers go through it. That's why it's a big shortage, because the pay is not good enough to deal with what these children, what these teachers dealing with. And some of these teachers and administrators wake up with it on their mind to just, oh, I gotta act big today because I know one of them parents go test me. I'm not that parent. I'm not that parent. I'm not that parent. Because going over there cutting up in front of my kids, what's that going to show them? What's that going to teach them? No, I'm not that parent. I'm going to talk to you civilized. I'm going to ask you what happened. We're going to talk. We're going to get it right. I'm not that parent. I'm not that parent. I don't cut up and never did and never will. Never will. I'm not going to be showing my kids nothing by acting like that. But y'all got to get that mind frame that we all like that. We not. We not. See, all I had to say today to get y'all attention and get the principal attention on all I had to say is that I'm gonna contact the TV station. Once I said that, I got a call back in 2 minutes. That's all I had to say. And that's ridiculous, because why you don't want to talk to me? What happened? So listen, like I told her, let's do this. Let me get the camera. Let's pull the camera. We'll get the camera. Let's watch the cameras and see exactly what happened. Y'all listen to them babies. If them babies come home and saw y'all so and so, even the big ones, believe that. And if y'all know y'all had bad kids, it's okay. Still listen, question it, whether they right or wrong. And when you go to defend them, you ain't gotta act all irate, because listen, they got us labeled bad, y'all. They have us labeled bad, and it hurt. They have us labeled bad. So when you questioning them, when you ready, listen, you just got to know how to speak professional and handle it by the books. Let them know we go handle it by the books. I'm going to follow a chain of command. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. My kids mean something. And I have especially one of them that, listen, I love all my kids, but I got one that's goes so real and raw with it. He will tell me everything. He don't hide nothing from me. You hear me? Nothing. And when he opens up about something, that means that happened. It happened. Got one. My daughter. I already know how she act. I know her. So when she tell me, I be like, man, look, I already know how you is. But I say this to say that, for one, I do feel disrespected because my child food was stolen. They have kids in this world that's not obligated to even eat. They have kids in this world that don't have nothing to eat tonight, and you threw away some food. And then some food that wasn't bought by a EBT card that most likely she portrayed me. It's probably to buy that from me. I didn't use that. I used money, cash money. You feel me? Like this world, the school is corrupted. This world is corrupted. And and listen, if there's teachers out there that reach out to you and ask you for help, help them help you, or you help them, do that. Because there's some good teachers out there, y'all. There really is still some good teachers. There really is. At this point, it's coming down to the administration. Who running the school? Who's the head of the school? That's the problem. That's the problem. That's supposed to be the mother. That's supposed to be Mother Goose. Or Father Goose. That's the problem. Y'all gotta listen. Take when them kids come home and they say this third that happened today. Just sit down and talk to them about it. And then you call the school or go to the school. You ain't gotta go to the school acting all ratchet, because I'm telling you, that's how we label. I ain't never did that before. And I had the cop call for me. Didn't never met me before, nothing. I ain't even threatened nobody, never did none of that. And it seemed like I was about to go to war over that. Never did none of that. Never did none of that. You feel me? Like, I think they was even shocked. But today the story just wasn't adding up for me with the principals. Like, they didn't understand. They couldn't answer nothing right. It was just like nothing was right. And that hurt. Like I told them, I'm like, I'm scared at this point for my kids. Like, I don't know if it's something that y'all have against me for contacting who I had to contact because of the way my child came home. But I feel like since I did that, my kids have been a target because they wasn't doing their job. Because they wasn't doing their job. That's crazy. And now my kids are targets. So I'm like, do I keep them home at this point? We got like 10 or 9 days left. Do I keep them? No. But see, my kids have to pay for a fund day. That's crazy to me. How y'all have to pay for your own fund day? So, like I said, I know the situation with my little girl, I feel like escalated. What they wanted is to escalate, but my little girl didn't go that far because they could have tell her stay home. Baby girl paid her $10, baby. We gonna be there. We gonna be there next Friday, baby. Y'all ain't getting that for free. No, not happening. Not happening. So I definitely commend my baby girl, like I said, because it was a battle this year. Like, it was a struggle, and this situation that could have ended horrible. Like, she stood up and she didn't give them the reaction they was looking for. Like I said, sometimes they not physically abusing our babies, but it's mentally. They eat them up mentally. And we wonder why our kids come home so depressed. They hate school, this and that. Hey, it's mentally. Stop. Take 5 minutes out your day. Talk to your baby about how their day was. Talk to your babies about what happened to school today. Talk to your babies. Talk some. Because maybe there's something happened some in the bathroom and the teacher didn't want to hear it. Y'all talk to y'all babies and address everything that happens. And you ain't got to address nothing ratchet, ghetto. You ain't got to go hard. You ain't got to fight. You ain't got to do nothing that. Spit them where it hurts. You got to just tell them the right words and they go get it right. I promise y'all, they will get it right. They will definitely get it right. So listen, I come to y'all today It's your girl, even with the real and the raw. You already know what it is. Real and the raw. I come to y'all today just to give y'all a little motivation and just a little kick on parenting. Like, because I feel like this year I probably missed some things that probably my child was right on, and I didn't defend them when I should have. So, question your babies 24/7. Ask if they're okay. Ask what happened today. Ask how your day was. Ask them all of that. Whoop de whoop, y'all. Because it's real. Like, it's getting real. It's not getting better. It's getting real. Let's say that. You going to elementary, you gotta be ready. It's like basically when you get in middle school, you gotta prepare yourself for the real world, and to go to the high school level, it's starting in elementary. It's getting real. You hear me? It's getting real. So I say this to say that I appreciate y'all. This my second episode. We'll be back soon. Y'all make sure y'all like, subscribe, hit the notification button. So when something drop, y'all own it, baby. It's your girl Raven with the Real and the Raw. Until next time. Peace.